Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, let us look at mesenteric vessels, superior and inferior mesenteric arteries with their veins. Learning objectives for this session are describing superior and inferior mesenteric arteries under these headings, mentioning their origin, enlisting their branches, and outlining their distribution. Mentioning the tributaries of superior and inferior mesenteric veins and related applied anatomical aspects. Vascular distribution in GIT is embryologically influenced. Superior mesenteric artery being artery of midgut, it supplies all those parts of the gut system which are developing from midgut. They are lower part of the duodenum, lower part of the head of the pancreas, jejunum and ileum, cecum, appendix, ascending colon, and right 2/3 of transverse colon. Artery of hindgut is inferior mesenteric artery, which supplies lower 1/3, left 1/3 of transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon, and rectum. It also supplies upper part of anal canal till anal valves. Let us look at superior mesenteric artery. Superior mesenteric artery arises behind the body of the pancreas from abdominal aorta at the level of vertebra lumbar 1. This is after removal of the pancreas. You can see its origin here. This origin is just 1 centimeter below the origin of celiac trunk. It crosses left renal vein in front of the abdominal aorta. It lies on the uncinate process of pancreas and it crosses the third part of duodenum. Lying within the mesentery, it runs down, convexing towards the left side, curved and runs towards right iliac fossa. These are the branches of superior mesenteric artery. Only first branch is seen here. So this is the one, inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery. Whereas superior pancreatico-duodenal artery is branched from common hepatic artery, that is from celiac trunk. Inferior pancreatico-duodenal artery divides into two, that is anterior and posterior branch. They run in the groove formed between head of the pancreas and duodenum. So this is the first branch of superior mesenteric artery. Other branches are here. They are shown with different colors. This is middle colic artery. This is right colic artery as it supplies the right side of the colon, that is ascending colon, and this is going towards ileocolic artery, which supplies ileum, terminal part of the ileum as well as colon. And from the left side of the curved superior mesenteric artery, that is from the convex side of it, there are 15 to 20 branches to jejunum and ileum. These are ileojejunal branches. There is a marginal artery which is fed by all these colic arteries. So we shall look at it a little later. Let us look at ileocolic artery, how it supplies cecum, appendix and colon and terminal part of the ileum, and also the branches which are going to ileum and jejunum. So here we see ileocolic artery. Ileocolic artery has several branches. One is colic branch, which supplies the colon, which is actually not shown here. This should be the colic branch, so which supplies the beginning of ascending colon. So which anastomoses with the descending branch of right colic artery. Cecal branches. The cecum is supplied by cecal branches. There are two in number. One is anterior and posterior to the cecum. They are branches of ileocolic artery. And appendicular branch. So this is the appendicular artery which runs behind the terminal part of the ileum and within the mesoappendix and supplies appendix. And ileal branch. So these are the ileal branches which are supplying the terminal part of the ileum. These are the branches of ileocholic artery. Appendicular artery is sometimes by branch from the posterior branch of cecal artery, which is known as accessory appendicular artery. These are the same which are shown again. Colic branch is here. So these are anterior and posterior cecal branches, appendicular branch and terminal ileal branch. Here you can see the accessory appendicular artery. This is branch from the posterior cecal artery, which is also running in the mesoappendix. Interestingly, this is known as artery of Sheshachalam. So here is the detail about that great personality from Bengaluru. Jejunal and ileal arteries are from the left side of the superior mesenteric artery. There are 15 to 20 such branches which run towards the jejunum and ileum. When these arteries reach within the mesentery towards the gut, so they make some windows. So these are called arcades. So such windows are large and 2 to 3 in number near proximal part of the small intestine, that is jejunum. As we reach distally, here you can observe many windows. And these are the straight arteries. These are also known as arteria recta, straight arteries, which are long in case of proximal part, that is in jejunum, and you can see here these are numerous and short in case of ileum. Let us look at those. So these are the arcades. So this is jejunum and this is ileum. Arterial arcades are few, 2 to 3 in number, windows, and these are long straight arteries. Their arteria recta or vasa recta are long and few. In ileum, these arterial arcades are more, 4 to 5 sets, and numerous and short vasa recta in ileum. Let us look at inferior mesenteric artery, which arises from the anterior part of the abdominal aorta. So at the level of L3, lumbar vertebra 3, it is just below the third part of the duodenum, which should be here. And the origin of inferior mesenteric artery is 3 to 4 centimeter proximal to the aortic bifurcation, which bifurcates into common iliac arteries. The branches of the inferior mesenteric artery are left colic artery. You can see here they're all shown in green color. So it has ascending and descending branch anastomose with the right branch of the middle colic artery, like that. This is descending branch, and it has sigmoidal branches, 4 to 5 sigmoidal branches, and the terminal part is having superior rectal branch. So these are the branches of inferior mesenteric artery. Marginal artery of Drummond. So when the arteries which are supplying the colon, they are making a marginal artery. You can see here. So this is the one. So this is named after a scientist, that is marginal artery of Drummond. So all these are feeding it. Right colic artery, ileocholic artery, middle colic artery, left colic artery, sigmoidal artery. All these are feeding it, and this is a marginal artery which lies nearly 1 centimeter away from the mesenteric border of the large intestine. And from this artery, there are straight arteries which run towards the colon, and one will run anteriorly, one next branch will run posteriorly, like that. They run on the intestine, and there are long arteries as well as short straight arteries. Let us look at veins. This is superior mesenteric vein. The corresponding branches of the arteries are draining corresponding veins. So it is formed by right colic vein, ileocholic vein, marginal middle colic vein, like that. So all these veins will form it, superior mesenteric vein, and here left colic vein, superior rectal vein, and sigmoidal veins, they form inferior mesenteric vein. Inferior mesenteric vein joins with splenic vein. Splenic vein and superior mesenteric vein, they join together to form portal vein. This is behind the neck of the pancreas. Let us look at little more details. So this is superior mesenteric vein and this is inferior mesenteric vein. So this is splenic vein. Inferior pancreaticoduodenal vein drains into superior mesenteric vein. Along with that, right gastroepiploic vein is also draining into superior mesenteric vein. So you can see the tributaries of superior and inferior mesenteric veins here. Let us look at the applied aspects. Ascites in portal hypertension. So whenever these veins are congested because of the cirrhosis of liver or increased tension in portal vein, so leakages happen in the capillary bed, so that will collect in peritoneal cavity, which is known as ascites. Superior mesenteric artery syndrome. Superior mesenteric artery which crosses the third part of duodenum. So it can compress the third part of the duodenum when, if it is very much posteriorly located towards the abdominal wall. So you can see here between the superior mesenteric artery and vertebra or paravertebral muscles, the duodenum is getting compressed. So which will result in intestinal obstruction like symptoms. Angiography is something where radio-opaque material is injected into the arterial system to visualize it. So this is inferior mesenteric artery. You can see here this is left colic artery, sigmoidal arteries and superior rectal arteries. So you can also observe marginal artery and straight arteries going from marginal artery to colon. This is superior mesenteric artery, proximal most part and middle part, and this is distal part of the superior mesenteric artery. These are the right-sided branches and these are the left-sided. These are jejunal and ileal branches, and this is middle colic artery, and right colic and ileocolic arteries are commonly having one trunk. This is ileocolic and right colic trunk. Then it is dividing into right colic artery and ileocolic artery. Like this, we can also see the catheter which is introduced here, and the first branch is not seen here. Inferior pancreaticoduodenal is not seen here. This type of investigations will lead us to identify any vascular blockages, if there are any, by thrombosis. Such thrombus formation within these vessels can lead into death of that part of the intestine. These arteries behave like end arteries. This ends the session. Thank you for patient listening.